The Leftovers of Gratitude by Stacey Barkley. When they were full, he told his disciples, "Collect the leftovers so that nothing is wasted." John chapter 6, verse 12. I was cleaning my office bookshelf the other day when I came across an old faded journal. It was a prayer notebook. I had used it faithfully to write prayer requests, burdens, and glimpses of gratitude when I saw God answer my prayers. My first instinct was to toss it in the trash. After all, it had been years since I'd written in it. However, curiosity got the better of me. I sat down on the floor, opened it, and started to read. Page after page held reminders of things I had once prayed for, some big, some small, some I had completely forgotten. There were answered prayers, names of people I'd lifted up, and situations that seemed impossible at the time, but now were long resolved. As I turned those pages, something stirred inside me. Gratitude began to rise, not just for what God had done back then, but for his unchanging faithfulness right now. I realized I was sitting among the leftovers, the fragments of gratitude from years ago. In John chapter 6, after Jesus fed the 5,000, he didn't just walk away from the miracle. He told his disciples, "Gather up the fragments so that nothing may be wasted." Even the leftovers mattered to him. Remembering is a spiritual act of worship. When we look back and recall his goodness, our faith is renewed. The psalmist wrote, "I will remember the Lord's works. Yes, I will remember your ancient wonders." Psalm chapter 77, verse 11. Sometimes we move on too quickly after God answers a prayer. We enjoy the moment, whisper a thank you, and then rush to the next need. However, Jesus shows us something deeper. Gratitude is not a one-time event. It's a gathering process. Paul reminds us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, "Give thanks in everything, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." Gratitude isn't just for the mountaintops, but for every moment in between. Those pages reminded me that when we look back, our gratitude grows stronger. God wastes nothing. He doesn't waste a single scribbled prayer or forgotten blessing. I placed the journal back on the shelf, trusting that one day I'd reach for it again when I needed to be reminded of his faithfulness. Maybe it's time to open your own old journal, your memories, your past prayers, or even your old hopes, and gather the fragments again. You might find that what's left is more restored than you realized. Question for reflection. Take time this week to look back through a journal, photos, or even memories and gather your own gratitude leftovers. Write down 3 ways God has been faithful.